Have you ever met someone who's the first to help others but the last to open up? Someone who listens to your problems for hours but never shares their own? What if their kindness isn't just generosity, it's a shield? Today we're diving into the hidden world of INFJs, the advocate personality type. Why do they give so much but trust so little? The answer isn't simple. It's a story of empathy, betrayal, and self-preservation. Let's unravel this mystery together. 1. The INFJ paradox. Empathy versus distrust. INFJs are like human paradoxes. They care deeply about others, often putting strangers' needs before their own. Imagine a person who volunteers at shelters, donates to causes, and stays up all night comforting a friend. But beneath that warm exterior lies a guarded heart. Why? Because INFJs see the world differently. Their empathy acts like a radar. They sense when someone's lying, hiding pain, or faking kindness. This makes them incredible friends but terrible at trusting. They've been hurt too many times by people who pretended to care. So while they'll help anyone, they rarely let anyone get too close. It's like they're saying, "I'll save you, but don't expect me to hand you the keys to my soul." 2. The advocate's burden. Why INFJs feel responsible for fixing the world. INFJs don't just want to help, they feel like they have to. It's as if they've been handed an invisible manual titled, "How to Fix Everyone's Problems." They'll mediate family fights, mentor coworkers, or rescue stray animals without hesitation. But this urge to fix things isn't random. INFJs have a deep fear of chaos and suffering. They believe if they don't step in, the world might crumble. However, this responsibility weighs them down. They rarely ask for help themselves because, in their experience, people either don't understand their struggles or use their vulnerabilities against them. Imagine carrying everyone's baggage while pretending yours doesn't exist. That's the INFJ's daily life. 3. The hidden cost of seeing too much. How INFJ's insight becomes a curse. INFJs have a sixth sense for reading people. They notice the tiny details, a shaky voice, a fake smile, a half-hearted promise. This skill isn't magic, it's their introverted intuition, an eye, at work. While this helps them protect others, it isolates them. Think about it. If you could see through every lie, would you ever feel safe? INFJs often know when someone is about to betray them long before it happens. They might stay quiet to avoid conflict, but inside their trust erodes. Over time, they start believing everyone has secrets, which makes friendship feel risky. It's like living in a world where everyone wears masks, and you're the only one who notices. 4. The idealist trap. Why INFJs expect too much from others. Deep down, INFJs are dreamers. They imagine a world where people are honest, kind, and selfless. But reality is messy. When friends gossip, partners cheat, or coworkers stab them in the back, INFJs don't just get hurt. They feel betrayed. They hold others to the same high standards they hold themselves, forgetting most people aren't built that way. For example, an INFJ might spend months supporting a friend through a breakup, only to feel crushed when that friend forgets their birthday. It's not that the friend is evil, it's that the INFJ expected perfection. Each disappointment adds another brick to the wall around their heart. 5. The ghosts of betrayals past. How INFJs' memories haunt their present. INFJs have a long memory. They remember every time someone broke their trust. The childhood friend who spread rumors, the ex who lied, the coworker who took credit for their work. These memories aren't just stored, they're relived. Unlike others who might forgive and forget, INFJs forgive but stay cautious. They'll help the same person who hurt them, but they'll never fully let them in again. It's like having a mental list titled, "What Not to Expect from People." This isn't spite, it's a survival tactic. They'd rather be safe than heartbroken. 6. The loneliness of the confidant. Why INFJs rarely share their own struggles. INFJs are everyone's go-to listener. People trust them with secrets, affairs, debts, fears. But when it's the INFJ's turn to talk, they freeze. They'll say they're fine even when they're drowning in stress. Why? Because they've seen how others react to vulnerability. Some people dismiss their pain, "You're overreacting," while others exploit it, "I heard she's struggling." So INFJs lock their struggles away, dealing with anxiety, burnout, or grief alone. They'd rather suffer in silence than risk being judged or abandoned. It's a lonely way to live, but to them it's safer. 7. The fear of exploitation. How INFJ's kindness makes them a target. INFJ's biggest fear isn't failure, it's being used. Their kindness attracts people who want favors, money, or emotional labor without giving anything back. For instance, an INFJ might lend money to a friend in need, only for that friend to vanish when repayment is due. Over time, INFJs learn to spot users. They'll still help, they can't help it, but they'll keep interactions surface level. They might donate to a fundraiser but avoid sharing their dreams with the same people. It's their way of saying, you can have my help, but not my heart. 8. The mask of the people pleaser. Why INFJs struggle to say no. Saying no feels impossible for many INFJs. They'll cancel their own plans to babysit a colleague's pet or stay late at work to cover for someone else. This isn't just kindness, it's fear. INFJs worry that if they stop being helpful, people will leave. So they overcommit, hoping their usefulness will make them indispensable. But this backfires. People start taking them for granted, and the INFJ ends up exhausted, wondering, why does no one care about my time? Breaking this cycle requires INFJs to confront their deepest fear, that they're only loved for what they can do, not who they are. 9. The battle between cynicism and hope. How INFJs protect their inner light. Despite their struggles, INFJs haven't given up on humanity. They still believe in good people, they're just careful about finding them. To balance hope and realism, they create boundaries. They'll volunteer at a homeless shelter, hope, but keep their friends' circle small, cynicism. They'll donate to charities but avoid lending money to acquaintances. This balancing act is exhausting. Too much trust and they get hurt. Too little and they become bitter. Their mantra becomes, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. 10. The INFJ's trust formula. What it takes to earn their loyalty. Earning an INFJ's trust isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistency. They watch how you treat others, how you handle stress, and whether you keep small promises. For example, if you show up on time for coffee dates and remember their favorite book, they'll start to believe you're genuine. But if you cancel plans last minute or gossip about mutual friends, they'll pull away. Even a single lie can undo years of effort. INFJs aren't being harsh. They're protecting themselves. Their trust is like a glass sculpture, beautiful but fragile, and once broken, it's hard to repair. 11. The quiet rebellion. How INFJs reclaim their power. Eventually, INFJs hit a breaking point. They realize they can't save everyone and trying to do so is killing them. So they rebel, not with shouts but with silence. They start saying no to draining requests, cut ties with toxic people, and prioritize their mental health. This shift feels unnatural, like betraying their core identity. But it's necessary. They learn to help others without losing themselves. For instance, they might still listen to a friend's problems but set a time limit. Or they'll donate to a cause but skip the stressful fundraising event. It's not selfishness, it's self-respect. Conclusion. The hidden truth behind the INFJ's heart. So why do INFJs help everyone but trust no one? Because their kindness has limits and their hearts have scars. They've learned the hard way that not everyone deserves their vulnerability. But this doesn't make them cold, it makes them wise. They choose to spread light in a world that often rewards darkness, even if it means guarding their own flame. To the INFJs watching, your caution isn't a weakness. It's proof you've survived battles others can't see. And to those who love an INFJ, be patient. Their trust, once earned, is unshakable. They might not say it often, but when they let you in, you become family. Because in a world full of takers, INFJs are the rare souls who give endlessly, but only let a few see the depth of their love.